to say it abrasively to you. I mean, it's just because it's true doesn't mean I have to say it abrasively.
It's just like your opinion that it's true, though. Everybody got to know it's not a fact. It's just like your opinion.
I just remember the irony that I pointed out about the way she was saying it to me was, if she wants me to respect that, the way that she was delivering,
you gotta suck her toes.
But the way she was saying it, it wouldn't make me want to respect it. You see?
Yeah, of course not. But I mean, you would have to find your the inner person in you that knows that you should have respect for that would have to step up.
Yeah. Also, and I know this, it's a bit of a gray area, but she herself did not cause the civil rights movement. It was her ancestors.
Right, but there's no such thing as inheritance, right?
And she might be fucking tethered, and she might be from the West Indies, and she had nothing to fucking do with it too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she might have been here like the last generation or two, and she had nothing to do with it.
Okay, but if you believe in inheritance,
all the West Indies and all the tethers like they're going over here and be like, black man did everything.
So,
certain black man did.
Okay, calm down.
JL's people sold to Yas people.
All right. If you believe in inheritance, though, then why shouldn't your black ass be a slave? And shouldn't we inherit you as a people?
First of all, who's running his mouth? Who said that?
Okay. Just real quick though, I want to say
something. Of course again.
All right. Look.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking Jew.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Look, I as a Korean, I have a slight grudge. Okay, I have a slight grudge against the Japanese because of the history. The Japanese had enslaved the Korean people for around 40 years, from like 1890 to 1930. But the subsequent generations of Japanese people, they didn't have anything to do with it. But yet I still have a bit of a gripe, right? So I can sort of relate in that way, in terms of how like the history has some
But Grim, you are actually way more intelligent than these people, because you recognize that none of the people today did this to you or people relatively close to you in the history. So they're making a supernormal claim of black tax reparations based on former crimes, not crimes that have happened during their lifetimes or their tax. It's nothing but tax. These people are taxologists, Grim. Don't let them confuse you with their bullshit race hustling. They're fucking taxologists. They want to tax you. They want to censor you. They want to make you feel guilty. They're nothing but taxologists. I rest my case. Hello?
Was an officer in the military and also was in the CIA.
Really? They like gay people?
You know more about the CIA.
John was. I
wasn't technically my ex.
Baby, you're a fucking retard. You're a drunk fucking British fucking
So what I'm
Iranian.
saying is like,
How do you troll just being yourself, BB?
yeah, well, that's fine. So what I'm saying is like, whether you're fucking
IRGC for life.
supremacist, you're American supremacist,
IRGC is the best.
black supremacist, which is about fucking time. It's like, when are we gonna find those? Or the fucking Jewish, but we have this for, or the Persian is.
Obviously, it's from South, fucking Southern California, Central. San Diego or LA.
You know what? Whenever you have this conversation,
San Diego or LA. He lives in California. He doesn't live in fucking Redding.
no, it's about fucking crime. It's about crime that is about the people, not about fucking ideas.
Not Southern California.
Koreans are in Southern California.
There's they get through it.
Hey, I got VA CEO. Oh, okay.
I don't give a fuck what you are, but you have a fucking responsibility. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna, you got like tattoos. He's like,
John's back. John's back.
I'm like fucking, I'm a racist. And then you'll have Glenn who'll be like, I don't know where he's from, but I definitely know where he's from.
Alistair Crowley's back. He's
But
the
you
members.
fucking,
saying what they want to say, but being you didn't even know. Wait.
Maybe he only has one account, so if you wait, hold on. My husband doesn't even come on it.
I am not.
He knows that you're drunk. He overhears you. He knows that you're drunk. Like, this is crazy. After all, you are right. They black bear left you.
I love the fucking, I love the Chinese. I only being put against the fucking Chinese when the Chinese and the rest of us, the Chinese, the Persians, the Mongolians,
I'm sorry.
why are these against each other?
Now I don't even know where I left off.
Let's get back to the topic. I didn't know black supremacy was a thing. Is it a Let's get back on topic here, Othello. I don't know what you're talking about, but I didn't know black supremacy was a thing until Clubhouse when I heard black racists. Then we have a black racist mayor here in Chicago named Brandon Johnson. But it turns out that blacks are the worst racists because they're the nastiest when they get racist. They are so despicable, so obnoxious, so ungrateful, so unpatriotic. They're nothing but traitors. And, you know, they turn on everybody and they turn on themselves. They turn on families. They shoot their own communities up. They kill each other. They're horrible, awful people. Terrible. I just want to quote Oddcheck.
The way it happened was I joined the room. I just stumbled into the room randomly, and they checked out my profile and they saw that my username was Asian Power. And they were like, "Oh, Asian Power. Okay, let's bring them up and see what it's about." That's how I was brought to the stage. I was coaxed on the stage. And from
Stupid. The people on this app, I'm not saying the black monolith that doesn't exist. I'm saying the stupid fucking left wokest, the black left woke on this app are dumb as fuck. Hello?
She went so far as to say that all other races should be kicked out of the country and sent back to wherever they came from.
Well, if they're illegal, you know.
No, I mean, she meant straight up all, like, anyone who's not white or black, basically.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. If they're illegal, Othello, come on, let's be honest. You'd be happy to have more left voters here in this country to support your cause, right? You don't care if they're illegal aliens.
Graham, I'm going to be honest. A lot of white people say the same thing. They even.
And another thing, sorry, I'm just kind of seeing as I recall, they were clearly saying that, they explicitly said that they think that the black race is the superior race, and they were under the impression that I
a lot of them are actually turning right wing. A lot of them, foundational Black Americans, are actually in alignment with white Americans, white right wingers. It's going.
In Othello's opinion. Remember, there's no data to back up what he's saying. It's just his opinion, everybody. Let's see some data on that, Othello. Let's see a link or something other than one man's opinion to claim that black, when it's actually just the exact opposite. They're all left-wing extremists. And when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, if you went to politically correct, you could hear all the left wokeists led by gay black men screaming, "Oh, thank God that Charlie Kirk is dead! Thank God that white bull racist is dead!" You should hear the gay black men on this app. You want to talk about sociopaths and psychopaths? All you got to do is listen to a gay black man on this app for 20 to 30 minutes, and you will realize they are psychotic. They
Black people that voted for Trump, and a lot of Black people are now siding with ICE because they feel like if you kick the immigrants out, then that'll open up housing, that'll open up jobs. Yeah, you do have Black people embracing right-wing ideologies.
Yeah, you got one guy called Sig who leads a room with a bunch of white people and a bunch of Jews. One big black man. That's it, Othello. If Sig is your data, your evidence, again, it's just your stupid opinion. Get some fucking links in the chat. Hello?
They know I'm right.
No, they don't know you're right. They know I'm right and that you're just a fucking propagandist, misinformationist dumbass. You spread stupid information because you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. That's what you are. And this is your roast, stupid. Okay, you're LARPing. You're LARPing as a white wizard from Lord of the Rings, you fucking idiot.
About what?
About the whole thing about America.
I think that when black foundational Americans and white Americans, when we unite, you'll see the golden age in the United States.
Really? Wait. So you're excluding all other races, only white and black?
No, I'm not excluding. You guys can be here. What I'm saying is like,
You guys can be here. I like that phrasing.
yeah. What I'm saying,
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier, Grim. Like, Black Americans, you remember how I told you they kind of look at, like, white Americans are kind of the last people they look at? It's because they all white Americans and black Americans, at least a lot of them, largely they've been here for like 400 years.
I gotta give you my little spiel on Othello. Is that all right? But the way that you said that, though, the way you worded that, though, was. But the way you said you guys can be here. No, but the way you said it gave me the impression that you already established the positioning that you're the default and I'm the one you didn't need any. Okay, you didn't have any connotation to the. Right, just the way you said that. No, I don't know.
I'm saying that black and whites have a more tumultuous history with each other, and we gotta make that shit right. And we made the shit right.
Oh, okay. I took you the wrong way.
Non-Americans.
But we had this discussion before, right, Pepe? And it's up to your racial group, the white people, to maintain that majority by making sure that you guys have enough children with each and every next generation.
But see, Grim, that's how everybody else thinks. It's just in group, out group, and what you're seeing. This is what white people do not do. They don't do what you just said because that's like dissolved. That's like thinking in the past. And nowadays, every white person is a fucking Democrat, and they're all liberal. So that type of perspective will never, ever occur, no matter how hard or how fascist or how crazy the situation gets with wars or famine or currency. White people in this country just don't act that way. They've completely dissolved into the network. It's only black people and Asian people that want to call themselves out and say, we want special.
We do kind of contradict ourselves. Like, I would take an Asian or Hispanic woman, but I'm not a black woman. Like, I don't really, I fuck around with it. You know, we do kind of, a lot of us do kind of have, we do kind of have like a good order, a great order of what's like. We generally find more appealing, and most of us are going to find Hispanic people and Asian people much more tolerable than black people, despite us looking at boxes or fellow country.
How do you not date beautiful women? Is that why you were using me being gay earlier? Because you're actually bisexual? If you don't think all women are beautiful and beauty is beauty, then again, I'll just say you're low IQ and stupid.
Nobody said you can't find a black woman attractive. Nobody said that.
Universe, you're laying down the quality of the conversation. You said America should be such and such way. You said something to me along the lines of that America should be this way in terms of race. I just don't remember exactly what you said.
I was saying that,
was something like you were saying. Black people have something, some position or quality that makes them special in a way.
Okay. Well, I was just talking about industry. You know, if blacks and whites came together, and we knew how much power that we have. You know, like in industry, in culture, in entertainment. You know what I mean? And like, if you see.
The Constitution was held up to a more idealistic standard of like moral values, human rights. It became it entered a more abstract realm or space, and pulled more away from being like an ethnic based sort of philosophy. So now you have people of all different races in America, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and so on, who have the same rights, right, as a citizen. So theoretically, any individual is with enough ambition can achieve any sort of position in America. And so as long as they, are determined and, ingenious enough to maneuver, jockey, strategize into getting into these positions.
And Grim, that's very true, Grim. I like the way you phrase some of these things. But I think for me, from my perspective, I had to learn the game by myself. Nobody was teaching me the game, right? I had to go explore it. I had to go find it. I feel like in America, if you have somebody teaching you the game that's actually going to lead to prosperity, you're lucky. And, Yas and I got into it earlier, but one thing we'd agree on is like being black is not a monolith. But just in general, there's some Asian people in America who would do really well, but they have poor guidance. The stuff that you're saying, you're clearly well informed, and that's either from your own doing or from your family's doing. But not all people have that.
Want to be complacent and feel like I'm, waddling in a peaceful vibe, like such a hippo in the mud. I am definitely thinking that every second that passes, it's war. It's wartime for me, and that's the kind of mindset that I have. Not that I'm like just against everybody around me or anything like that, but just be the most that I can be, just the level of ambition and drive to just achieve as much as I can. I feel that it's different between an immigrant and a native born. And so, what can I say? have become somewhat complacent. And that has definitely weakened their competitiveness in this very competitive country. When you got all different races in a single country, you're going to have a shit ton of cutthroat competition. But the silver lining is that with such intense competition, excellence, I can compare this with the Olympics. The Olympics is where you get the best of the best, the world-class athletes to compete against each other to see who's best, right? So it's kind of the same idea here.
Grim, in 1861 to 65, Grim, you gotta realize this country had a civil war.
I'm also here to dominate, Othello.
He's a dominator, Othello. But what you don't understand is, in 1861 to 1865, 1 million Americans killed themselves apart over slavery. And the reparations were paid then by the people that died or any other benefits derived thereof. But to make claims that a black tax and reparations is the only way to solve this rift between white and black man in America is so stupid and so ignorant. It shows no spirituality. It shows no logic, no philosophical understanding or legal or law comprehension whatsoever. It's purely political, it's Marxist and communist and socialist and stupid. And anybody here who makes that argument, if Othello thinks he's entitled to money or he knows people that are entitled to money, I gotta say, you should all just read a fucking book, jerk off, smoke a drink, have a tequila, and realize you got what you got. And there's not a speck of dust out of place in the whole universe. And the more you complain, the more you're just gonna get put into a complaint department. It's pointless. Hello?
I really want to tell you something, though. Not yet. We haven't brought that up yet.
Okay, so universe is just kind of like making false claims and kind of like projecting. Seems like.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm playing 3D chess. I'm 3 moves ahead of you. And I live in Chicago, where our mayor is constantly reminding us that white people have to pay black people in the city black tax or reparations tax. So don't tell me that I'm projecting. I'm witnessing and observing your racist bullshit, your racist traitorship. It's all criminality, fraud, and taxation. Taxation is theft. I rest my case.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
Well, what he just said might slightly counter what I was about to say, which is when a person, any person of any background, vies for a leadership position in American society, whether that's mayor, governor, or they are doing their, if you elect me, if you vote for me, I will do what's best for all the people. And the point here is that there's a strategy to getting to that top leadership position. There's a sort of way that you maneuver into it. And there are ways that you convey certain messages. And any race of person can do that, is my point. An Asian person can do that. A black person can do that. A Middle Eastern person can do that. And so that is how people, reach leadership positions, is they know how to play the game in a way. So if white people have been doing in American society are occupied by white Americans, they've been left mostly unchallenged in these positions that usually multiple people would be vying for. So part of a big part of why I'm even starting this Asian American empowerment movement, which I'm planning on making a YouTube channel for, and obviously here's my house for it. And it's
where'd they go? Oh, damn, they left. My bad.
So what I'm really trying to do is to eradicate racism against Asians. And I figured that in order to do so, I would have to accomplish two big things, which wouldn't happen in my lifetime, but still, I would try to contribute all that I can to make my secondly, it's like what I just said, the more occupation of powerful positions in the country. And I feel like with these two things and other things too, it can change the image of how people see Asians, particularly Asian Americans. See, and I'll give you one example of what I mean. Still to this day, not many other things too. The majority of Americans are still not used to seeing an Asian person speaking with a more or less perfect English accent, and that's just because there aren't that many of us in the first place. And okay, sure. I said that. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
And you know, being the other.
Can be just as American.
Grim, your data is way off. You need to post a link to your data that actually confirms what you're saying. Because my high school, and I'm white, supposedly white, my high school is 60% Asian, majority Indian, tons of South Koreans, few Chinese, but mostly Indian. The Indians have invaded America for 40, 50 years now to a very high degree. And again, it's only because there's 1.3 billion of them. And with China too, there's 1.3 billion people in China. If you wonder why there's so many engineers, it's because of the law of large numbers. And there are so many Indians and so many Chinese. That's why you have so many engineers that come from those countries. I rest my case.
It makes sense. Only 6 million South Asians in America.
You wouldn't judge high schools by the amount of Asians. High schools only. We're talking about roads.
Yo, Graham. Empowerment, or does that apply all over the board?
No, it doesn't apply. So I have a simple, what I call the Asian test. It's very simple. If you look like you could be on the receiving end of like that crude Asian joke or humor that I kind of mentioned, pulling eyes and making fun of the way Chinese people sound.
Or saying king small and all of that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
There are 15 million Asians and 6 million Indians. 6 million South Asians, which include Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, countries like that. 6 million of those.
Night King, would you make fun of these Chinese people with your nigger chicken loving lips?
No, I wouldn't, you fucking gook, fucking Italian drag queen looking dumb bitch. So him, like Pepe here is like a narcissist, fake Italian, fake Mexican, fake Chinese. Community next to Asians and stuff like that. So there's a predominantly like Hmong population. As far as just like our Asian community where I'm at.
He's asking what it is.
Shut up.
15 million out of 45 million.
Anyway, that's how people speculate. Those were not 7,000 calories. 7,000 calories. Are you kidding me?
it seems like amongst like the population, right? And so
Before it's the ideology based on Christianity's right.
There isn't any different talking about. I'm actually specify, like, you know, East Asians and stuff
In the
like that.
phenotypical sense, yes.
Yeah.
On surface appearance.
And that's just because
So that disqualifies. Like, to have like a lot of respect for, you know, different communities and stuff like that. And I actually had a lot of Asian friends. So the people that you talking about that made fun of them and shit like that, I used to beat they ass. I used to kick they fucking ass. We used to kill them on the playground. Not literally, but like beat they fucking ass.
I get it. No, it's cool too.
Well, you know, Grim, what you're talking about is more
Always be ready to survive.
stereotypes.
This is your moment to grab free necklaces. Tap here now. Answer 2 quick questions and we'll send them straight to you.
Like black people are, like, that's just stereotypes. I would say the racism that you find, I would say don't try and fight racism. Like, yeah, you can, but I would spend more time like,
I just he said he beats them up.
yeah. I'm not talking about that. Give me a second. So I know that your parents and whatnot, they have subtle racism towards black people and don't bring a black person to this house. Don't date a
Not my
black person.
parents.
You know, but doesn't that go on?
Yes, you're right. I think generally, but my parents are pretty cool. So
It's
they weren't like
actually detrimental racism.
No. He's from a good place. But
Alright,
Hold on.
my king is not from a good place. He's a Sikh.
Alright, I don't think he's gonna.
Who's a Sikh?
I think I need to remove him because.
No. Sorry, you like to Sikh. Amen. Sorry, amen. Like you like to Sikh. Sorry.
You know what? I need to set a standard for a certain level of English proficiency. No, I'm not. Hold on.
Not that hasty.
The Sikhs, yeah, like him from.
Look, I got away. Okay. Okay, so this is actually I wish Pepe could hear me. This is more for him, I think, than anyone. So I came to America when I was 4 in 1994, and I'm so thankful that I feel so lucky and fortunate that I got to grow up here in America because I grew up in this, great environment of such freedom. I've become the kind of person that I have, outspoken, bold, brave, and free thinking. Had I grown up, I would have been just another Korean guy among the crowd, nameless, just another nobody. But here, I was able to develop this personality and attitude that's larger than life, and it's thanks to America. You know, the growing up here. So my point is that I developed this way because I grew up here, and I'm Asian. So it's possible for more Asians to also be like me. So the point is that the biggest reason why, the biggest thing you'll get out of growing up in America is being as free of a human being that any society the world has seen yet could offer.
And that's because of the law. There's only one thing that them in your house for weeks on end. There's no consequences in this country. It's because of woke Democrat judges. I rest my case.
Please, one more thing, because I think Pepe wants to say something. One more thing, just last follow-up comment there is, for all those who were born and raised here or born here, well, lucky for you. You consider yourself lucky as hell. And for all of us, the rest of us who claw our way to, start a new life in America, good on you if you say your religion. Okay, once we're all here, native born or immigrant, it's go time. It's competition. So the last words I would say is let the best man win.
There's a bunch of things. So I think even when it's mostly white people, like that in a serious manner, but like we all do kind of make fun of each other. That is like what men have always done. We make like race jokes towards each other, and that includes accents, and we just make fun of each other. It's like I think kind of normal, and whites do it amongst each other in terms of whatever some ethnicity they are of European descent, and I'd say it's kind of interesting because like I went to a Catholic schools. Now, my elementary Catholic school, that was one of the churches that had a Korean mass. It had masses in Korean. And so we had Korean nuns and stuff. You had a few Korean kids, but I mean, my experience is you said you're of Korean descent. Is Koreans are perhaps the most westernized in a weird way than all of the other Asians. And for whatever reason, they don't see. You have little.
In Santa Cruz as a kid, and then starting in middle school. Sorry for huffing and puffing. I'm almost done with my workout. I moved to Monterey and did middle and high school there. But I'm over here in New York now. But anyway, where I grew up in Santa Cruz, Monterey area, they were nice areas. And
No, I've been there. I've been to them.
but yeah, there were Korean.
I knew you were Northern Cali. I knew it. Would have bet my bank account on it.
But I mean, I'm just curious though. So you didn't pick up like the whites and Mexicans making fun of each other quite a bit?
No, that didn't happen so much in the schools I went to. I grew up. I lived in a small town next to Monterey called Pacific Grove. Maybe.
Holy shit! Really?
Some of you guys may have heard of
my brother and niece. That is so crazy.
It's a very nice area.
So they live in Pacific Grove.
Yeah. More people will know about Pebble Beach, which is next to that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I had a pretty good. See, what I tell people is, I only really started to face way more racism. In fact, almost like, well, I mean, I did get little pokes and prods when I was growing up as a kid, but barely anything compared to once I became an adult. Because people aren't going to really pick on kids in a racist way, but once you're all grown up, you'll face more of it, and also there are softer ways that I'm affected, like dating. Try being an Asian guy on a dating app. You won't fare very well.
Can I ask a question if you don't mind answering? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6". All right. Well, I mean,
I'm 5'6".
I would say that with Asians, I think that the biggest problem with them is that women in the West have like Western standards for like height and that kind of shit. Whereas, obviously the Asians are on average, a few inches shorter than us. And so, Koreans are kind of an exception. They tend to be a little bit taller.
Yeah, I take it after my mom. My mom's short.
I mean, if you compare, like I can only imagine if I moved to like American Samoa and trying to date there, all would be like, first of all, I'd have to find women that are taller than me, and it'd probably be rough.
Oh man, you're a handsome gentleman, man. Go downtown to Soho. You know what I mean? Get you a bag of cocaine. Get you a section. Oh God.
Section is nuts. Why?
City over, and it's seaside, and then you'll have
seaside, get it in.
Yeah, but then also just culturally speaking, from what I know about that area around San Francisco, from a perspective of like the American dream and education, it is probably one of like top 2 or 3 most competitive areas in the country for that kind of stuff. So I'm starting to kind of follow just geographically and culturally what part of California you're from, and kind of some of the stuff you're saying and why it's making more sense to me personally.
Yeah, and not bragging at all. It's like one of the best areas in California.
I'm aware. I went to University of Chicago, and we had a lot of kids. I hired a lot of kids from there actually. So one other thing though, man, that you're kind of saying, like you're giving your vision of like, this room, your YouTube channel, that you're not content with the power dynamics and the influence dynamics of Asian American men in this country.
No. Actually, I said it earlier. It's not even that. I'm not disgruntled by the low representation of Asians in powerful positions. It's about the racism that Asians get, and I thought a solution to that, one of the solutions, is to have more Asians in powerful positions.
Sure, but look, black people, we get racism. Hispanic people get racism. What's so special about you? I'm confused.
Because the way we get made fun of, it's like a nail for black Americans. They get made fun of, by being called the N-word and and being called like slummy and things like that. But it's all in the context of being in America. They don't. Whereas Asian people, they get made fun of for how Asians are in Asia. You see the distinction? African American.
No, that's not true.
Black American people. But generally though, what I from my life experience. You understood what I meant. I've hardly seen any Black Americans get made fun of, saying like, "Oh, you're like a Kalahari Bushman click-clack language."
That's because you know that
Like I called an African booty scratcher when I was a kid.
Black Americans will make fun of the African and us white people. Compare them to Africans and monkeys and apes. And what I think is kind of different about the Asian racism is, at the end of the day, white people have a respect for Asians because they're hardworking, they tend to be intelligent, and there's no good bad. When it comes to Black people, we criticize, we do it in both maybe like friendly ways.
So for Black Americans, they get made
Let me finish my point. She's trying to talk over me. No, shut the fuck up and let me finish my fucking point. But when it comes to Black people, it can be like us just kind of making fun of something like, oh, they like chicken, nothing too bad. But then it can go straight into us.
About the fact you're not right.
You dumb bitch.
You're not right. Stop coping.
Alright, let me finish my fucking point, bitch.
You're blacker than me.
You should be blacker than me.
Bro, he's a but can he land?
Okay, let's let him. Right, let's let him finish, and then Bell can.
Because he clapping his dick suckers like a little bitch.
Yeah. You go ahead and get those black booty cheeks pounded.
Shut the fuck up, bro. You're a fucking tapeworm.
It's not a way that y'all, we go
I got this shit smacked out of him, bro. You can finish, but just hurry up. We don't.
Okay, zip the chip. Now, all I'm trying to say is, when we will use the most belittling and like dehumanizing language to them. Then like Black people, though, we can point out to how Black people are doing all over the world. We literally compare them to monkeys and say how they're fucking stupid and they're born lesser than. Like, that is the difference, I think, between the racism Blacks get and the Asians get. Asians, we compare you to people from East Asia and go, ching chong, ha ha ha, like that kind of stuff. I get it. It's annoying, but it's...
What he's saying is that the race...
All right, can I go now? Because I've been listening for a while, and I've been patiently waiting. Thank you. I've been listening for a while. And Grim, we absolutely do not need to change the aesthetic of America to look like you. That would be very depressing. I don't want to look past the man who was 5'4".
Oh, man. Well, thanks for confirming the room and our theory about Black supremacy. Thank you very much, Val.
I'm not around the kids no more. You see what I'm saying? Let that Black kid speak.
All right, can I finish speaking, Grim?
Yeah, let her have her say.
Okay, Grim. So absolutely not. I think you guys deserve your own enclave so that you guys can be our worker class. I do believe that you are our class that we need.
You hear this
You're already doing better than whites. What are you talking about?
I know that, but they have to work.
We don't want you to take it. You should get your own enclave and be a worker
They
class.
have to work to do that, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them spending the best years of their life slaving for the American system. Pepe,
Did you miss the?
what do you want? Go ahead. Did I miss one?
Did you miss the part when I said that because I grew up here for the majority of my life since I was 4 years old, I developed the personality that I have, the attitude that I have, the ambition, the worldview that I have. And had I grown up in Korea, I would definitely not have been the same person.
I mean, you probably would have been like fried chicken. You probably would have been a half African American, half Korean mutt baby from the wars. It's a lot of different realities you could have landed in. You know, we know that a lot of your Southern Korean women are easy licks, and unfortunately, a lot of Black American men population over there. So I mean, I guess you missed that by a little bit of a slingshot. But Grim, I'm just from listening to you for the last hour, and I've been very patient. We actually don't need you here. I heard you try to pronounce a couple words and you couldn't really do it. It's really embarrassing because I heard you in another room talking about the Black American accent.
No. Okay, my response to you, look, this is my response. It's real quick and simple. Is go ahead and try and stop us.
You gotta stop yourself. You're Korean. You're Korean. Chinese people don't like you like that. Like you're coping. Chinese people don't even see you as an equal. You're coping right now. You are the lesser class of. Excuse me, can I finish? You are the lesser class of Asians. Like Chinese people do not look at you as
There's a higher class of Asians.
And the fact that
they're known for looking down on the Chinese.
Why are we listening to this mixed race?
Fucking Japanese.
Why are we listening to this mixed race?
Hold on. I got you, man. Girl, I got you. Just hold on. Okay, so Venom, they are one of the higher echelon of Asians. From the Samsung culture, right? The Sony culture, right? The music, the K-pop. Grew up listening to one being Michael Jackson, right?
They still have our music.
Of course, but they got it. No matter how they got it, they got it.
They stole our fried chicken.
I want to. All right, here.
Cool. I just wanted to lay it out on the line right here where y'all sit.
That was an actual
line of Asian. Yeah. No, she's just a Black American woman. She's regular. All I'm saying is, hold on. All I'm saying is, where they sit though, far as like the hierarchy of Asians, would be more closer to the top than the bottom. Especially him. You're South Korean, right?
They're at the top with the Japanese.
Hold on. We gotta get specifications. You're from a South Korean culture, right?
I'll tell you like this.
He wouldn't be North Korean. Hello.
I didn't come from a country you can't leave from.
From that, so you're actually in the more middle line. You're shit. You damn near.
Wait, so 19? Are you foreign? Wait, 19? Are you foreign? Wait, are you a foreigner? 19? Because he said.
Let's not forget what Vel said here, which was incredibly racist. She said she wants you South Koreans to live in an enclave and to be the worker class. She doesn't like you, and she wants you to serve her, and you have to live separately. She believes in Jim Crow laws and slavery servitude to serve her. You heard it, I heard it, and I didn't know black supremacy was a thing.
Those high rating boys look better than black women, though. That's the problem. I mean,
context.
Now I need to
say some shit like that. This man just said lady boys are more attractive.
this than you, Pepe.
Come on, y'all be
Pepe, you
white boys are free. White boys are free. That's why you don't get picked for sport.
I got my final response. My final response to
Did you know that Grim is 5'4"?
Hold on, be 5'4". You're the
Any laws ended and shit like that. We actually were closer in culture, working together, right? Fighting together when it come to wars and all sorts of other shit. So that's why you can see what you mentioned, right? With the fried chicken recipe and all that shit. That shit was more than just
Black Americans still going over there.
Yeah, but in World War II,
There's no damn war.
in World War II, they didn't allow blacks to go to the front line and fight with the white people.
You were there. You're a black.
No, but this is why we know. And the reason why is because
You would never be.
yeah, but we know this. It's well admitted.
You don't know it. You have the right.
It's literally as it's been fucking proven. What the fuck are you talking about? It's part of our history.
It's part of our history.
They never let black troops fight on the front line with white troops. The only black troops that could fight on the front line were by themselves. They were never allowed to go with white
What I'm
troops.
saying is the enemy of a tether.
Oh, by the way, they did.
Real tether.
By the way,
The fuck
yeah, but when it comes to Hispanics, Native Americans, and Asians, they fought on the first lines with whites.
And who did you fight with? Because your ass ain't you
No, we're talking about the history of the United States when it came to he's trying to say because we didn't always fight together. I mean, let's just be real.
Aren't you from Corsica?
No, I was born here.
Stop lying, nigga. You said you was
No, it was a troll. It was a troll.
Nah, nigga.
No, it's not a troll. He's actually from there. We know Pepe.
No, I know.
What the fuck?
You're from Corsica, my dude.
You can't speak French.
Lies. Stop your fucking lies.
Hold on. Let Grim get out because he did have a word.
You look like a light-skinned fucking nigga with a baby. What are you talking about?
I got this great speech I kind of put together in my mind. I don't know if it'll come out right, but if you'll allow me, maybe it'll be a few minutes. I don't know. Okay, so the first thing I would say to you, Bill, is we're not going to stop coming. We're going to keep trying to come. And Alright, so
Support them out.
and
Keep on coming.
for you to tell me that me and Michael should stop coming here and should go back.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking nappy-headed half-chew. Fucking hybrid. Shut the fuck up.
I know y'all
Pepe loves his lady boys. That's why he's
y'all trying to stick up for the Asian dude, just so you can get some Asian poom poom.
You know, I was back here loading up the rocket launcher, right? So let me let you know something. Those are only certain Asians and certain Koreans, right? There are some that's been decimated, like the villa culture, right? Yeah, hold on. Hold on. We can't look. We can't overlook because contextually,
Them
right?
niggas wear makeup and shit now. No we can't talk about black supremacy. Not white, not Asian supremacy.
Hold on. Yeah, but Asians are superior. Asians are superior to you. The money did get it, but look, how do you feel about? I'm almost done. But how do you feel about those Korean men dyeing their hair, painting their nails, putting on makeup? That's real
absolute. Right.
Just I was trying to get to that. Okay, but which group of men has the highest participation rate in the LGBTQ community? It is literally black males. They're overrepresented in the United States. Being black is gay. Black is gay.
Can't even talk right.
Go ahead, girl. You want to?
Bless all, folks. Shut up.
Yeah, go ahead. Let this nappy-headed sister speak. Yeah.
If we were to compare kingdoms and kings and nobility from large architecturally based cities to mud huts in the Senegal, what's important to know is that you have witnessed on this stage a female acting like a black supremacist, telling a Korean that he can have an enclave and that he'll have to serve her. Looks like we've done the science experiment. We've proven our hypothesis. Congratulations, Grim.
Fully and properly calling someone else below 70.
That's how short men are. They just start rambling. They just angry little people.
Right. Pepe, you let a Jew cook you on stage about Iranian conflict.
Which one?
So, some little Jewish dude, that was like 3 weeks ago. That was 3 weeks ago. That's that kid, man. Shit.
So yeah, like I said, it's a little disingenuous, man, for you to trip over those stereotypes. Like I said, when you are respected, at the same time, if you find a black person dating an Asian person, right, the black family is not going to ostracize or kick out that family member just for bringing an Asian person around. But if you flip that, right, you find a lot of Asian people are leaving their families if they end up with a black man or a black woman and what. So at the same time, you're mad because you said imagine an Asian person on a dating website, and so you're saying that now these westernized Asian women, because of the racism, they see you guys as weak, as docile, and like that's cultural because you guys are not on like the independent vibe. You guys think more. Because they feel like the women don't want them because in the Western world, the women, they want audacity, they want a leader, they want someone that's outspoken. You know what I mean? They want someone that's innovative, right? And so in the Asian culture, you don't really find that. Why? Because you guys are more so following the blueprint.
But I think that's partially true, though, because like what women want, and this is where I'm going to be realistic and compare the Asian men to white men. I won't compare them to blacks because that would be mean. But women do heavily.
They don't want you. You're saying, wait, Modelo, I just wanted to ask you a question. So you said Korean women have the best pussy. What about white women? White women aren't good enough for you anymore? Have they expired?
Yeah,
White women are expired?
I love white women.
Actually, yes, they have expired, and I don't really respect white women. I think that like just because they were
Men? What?
You got shit now. Fuck up, John Kitover. Go ahead.
hold on, folks, and just for so long, they weren't thinking for themselves. I don't know. I don't find them attractive anymore. I'm sorry. I don't find white women attractive.
Well, at least you can admit that you don't find them attractive.
I forgot what I was gonna say because that guy butted in. But that guy butted in. But I was gonna have a question. What was saying right before that?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's just move this conversation forward. Let's not go back to things Pepe can't even remember.
Primate, you can't help it.
But anyway, like I said, Phil, we're gonna keep coming, and
like when it comes to like marriage material, it's like stability, financial security. Of course, like if you want a woman that's not like retarded, but maybe she's educated herself, they're gonna care like okay, well, like how intelligent are you? What did you achieve academically? And of course, their income and all of that shit. And you're gonna have a level of stability, and I guess like you're gonna have a lot of the things that make you suitable for marriage that they'll have in comparison to white men at a higher degree.
Yeah, it would be. Look, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't follow up with another addition to that list. So there are among the Asian population, there are Chad-looking, masculine, good-looking, handsome Asian men. They're just not promoted enough. They're not shown in the media enough. And so we've been for
If I was to go to San Francisco, for example, or just the Bay Area in general, and look at and encounter every Asian male I saw, the amount of Asian males we would see from a Western white male's perspective that would have like an imposing, athletic, large.
Oh, you're rambling. They're all getting spread out. They're all getting spread out. You're not breeding.
Shut your fucking
mouth. They're not breeding with you.
Okay, go get your chocolate cheeks clapped. Okay, cupcake. Yeah, you know you want some white icing on those black buns. You fucking homo. Shut up.
What you want? You want.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
No, what I was going to say is if you were to look at all of the Asians that you would encounter on any given day, the way you would end up shut your fucking horn mouth. Go back to putting the cum bubbles out of your black. Some Asians are dark.
Yes, they're dark, but they want to keep that darkness going. Breeding with a pork skin mutant like you would not.
Nobody's talking about I'm not talking about us mating with them. What the fuck are you talking about?
I want to highlight.
We're talking about. No, hold on. He made the claim. Shut up, you fucking pussy.
You're a queer.
He made it. Okay, so with Grim, I'm trying to get back to what Grim was saying because like this is so we're getting derailed so much over these petty insults. Now,
It's not like a fucking
when it
quiz.
comes
It's not like
to when it comes to outright he can't stop himself. Now, when it comes to Asian males, as I was saying, Grim, like if you were to go around the San Francisco Bay Area and you were to encounter and you were to like take a note on every Asian male you saw, you're going to encounter far more white people. Shut your fucking mouth. You're going to encounter far more like shut, dude. You're going to have to like do something with this idiot. He's not letting the whole you're not letting the conversation happen.
You seem hesitant to say it, so I said,
Can these monkey chimps shut up?
I was saying the vast majority of those Asian men are butt ugly, is what you were
No. I didn't say no. I didn't say ugly. What I was gonna say. Okay, no, shut the fuck up.
Voices. All of you have high-pitched voices.
muscle on this nigger.
But you all have high-pitched voices.
All right, dude, he's just trolling Grim. Like I can't talk while he's talking. He's not even staying on topic. This is fucking retarded. Okay, we're talking about. Let me finish my point. You fucking real-life nigger. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I want to hear this since I got it wrong. What is it?
Sure. So if you were to look at, for example, all the Asians you encounter in the Bay Area and all of the whites, that you could probably count on make a roughly comparable in size, and you would see there is like on average there is a real difference between Asians and for example sub-Saharan West Africans and whites, and so and I think that's what holds. I think that is one of the things the selection biases that Western women have, and unfortunately even some Asian women. But it's not necessarily because of like the facial symmetry or the behavior, or because you guys aren't good enough. Like most, if you're looking for somebody marriage material, generally Asians are outbeat us whites.
But that's not why Asian women go for whites. When you actually talk to them, because I actually get this from them, it's really because they think y'all are rich. They think you have, you're going to give them access to wealth and resources. When it comes to looks,
These Asians have higher incomes than us.
They have higher incomes, but they're very chills and they marry other wealthy people.
The highest earners in the United States, on average, are fucking Asians. What are you talking about?
That doesn't mean anything.
Jesus.
No, but like even Southeast Asians, like the Vietnamese that did not used to do pretty well, they actually outperform white males today.
But that's
Why y'all being obtuse? Yes, Asian women like white men. We know that.
yeah, we know that. And so, Pepe, what you're missing is none of that matters. Grim, like let's just say Grim makes $500,000 a year, right? But he's saying because of the stereotypes. And he's also blaming the racism, which I don't think that's fair. He's saying that even his own women, right, are choosing the black and the white man over. Asian men are doing the same thing that the white men used to do when they see black and white. They're like, oh my God, mud shark. Oh, you're messing up their bloodline. They're turning into the incels.
Well, why shouldn't they be allowed to do that?
I mean, do what you want. What I'm saying is you're missing this part is that the Asian...
You can police them. That's not your daughter.
That's why I'm trying to improve the image of Asian.
Yes, the Asian woman in the West, and even now going into Asia, because, they're choosing the white and the black man.
Well, no, first of all, I can look at the interracial marriage data, which doesn't show necessarily who's fucking, but the vast majority of interracial marriages, we can see who's marrying who, and the white women, the Asian women I don't even know if it registers as 1% are marrying black men, but
Yeah, but
they are marrying white men.
that's
So what about white?
by like how y'all act.
You act like a bunch of niggers in front of an Asian. That's kind of ironic.
What are y'all over here talking about? No, they date us too. They date us too. Put us in the category. I just always like to sit back and listen to black men include themselves in another person's racial category so bad. So bad. I think the stats show very clearly that overwhelmingly Asian women are dating white men. They're not overwhelmingly.
No, I think the majority of them
It's just
still
not
date
happening.
Asian. I think the majority is still
Like,
Asian.
what are you arguing about over here? No, they date us too. They date us too. Like there's Asian men that date black
You missed
women.
the context,
Numbers,
man.
okay, can I fucking finish, bro? But the numbers don't. It still doesn't add up.
You know what? Let's wait. One group that is the most stigmatized and avoided when it comes to dating, and that is black women. In fact, they have less prospects than at least.
That's never been my reality. I think
that's fine, sister.
I don't know. Like y'all, I hear this. Like, hold on, I hear a lot of this rhetoric.
No, that the data has shown that. There's actually been several, and when it comes to the dating app companies, they literally have been trying to come up with strategies in order to make the experiences better for black women on there. It's more than real.
Listen, I heard you, and I know that's what the stats say. It is usually black women are least likely to date out. They just are.
No, least liked by everybody.
They're least likely to date out of their race.
No, wait.
Yes. On average, are fucking these other groups of men.
You guys are very race loyal. I'll give you that. You guys are very race loyal. White women barely out-edge. No, white women barely out-edge black women.
You can't.
Yes.
You can actually go to certain.
The latest statistics show that.
Pepe, you shut the fuck up.
I don't even see those stats where you get them
If you go into the room, you can literally see the dynamic of so many biracial fucking mutt kids from black men and white women.
So
like it's a fucking epidemic in certain parts of the country.
Epidemic?
Yes. So this whole notion of white women are so race loyal. White women are not race loyal.
Where I'm from, look, it's motherfuckers that get out of jail and just go to a white woman and shit like that. Overwhelmingly, you can see it's like even with the immigration and shit like that, it's a black man and a white woman. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah. Know where them polls are at the vote. And I don't think like people is just online searching for these polls and shit and saying like, hey, I'm a motherfucking goddamn, a white woman dating a black man. You don't see them doing all of that shit.
This is also where the dating apps start to become very, they start to become very crucial because of course the people that like I think Match.com now.
Those are dating apps.
Hold on.
You're a fucking loser on dating.
No, you're stupid. You're stupid. Shut the fuck up.
You fucking swine.
You low IQ fucking monkey. Go back to wearing a bowl in your fucking lip and doing something useful like jerking off into a chimp's mouth and chucking a spear at I don't know, the chimp afterwards. I don't know. Like that's
jerking off.
This is low IQ chimp energy. Shut your low IQ baboon mouth.
You're jacking off.
You dirty.
You're exposing yourself.
In their community. That's the unfortunate part.
This is the Asian room. This is Grim's room.
Yeah, but then a bunch of niggas came in here and fucked it up, didn't they?
Nah.
Yeah, that's what everywhere you guys go, you fuck it up.
I've been in here listening very quietly for like almost an hour before I started.
But when it comes to the dating apps, like Match.com owns most of these apps now. Like, okay, trying to find how can we make the app more positive for Black women. They do have this consistent problem with Latinos, whites, Asians, everybody not liking Black women. Yes, I'm sure there's a few that men like. Amazing.
Yeah, see, that
is what they get discriminated against. The reason why you can say that's not real life or that's not marriage, but that does show when people can see that nobody is looking.
But Pepe,
hold
on, Bill, watch it. How much on the national average of the population is actually on dating apps, right? Right? And so the data that I got.
And how many Black women on? It's not a lot.
It's roughly 18 to 23%.
It's a lot of
females that can't go outside of that.
Yeah, but these are obviously 18 to 23% when you just only the single population is a pretty big chunk of the population.
No, it ain't. In comparison to like real world data, right?
18 to 23? Are you saying that is a huge fucking sample size?
Most of them are men. Can you add that in there?
Yeah, a lot of them are men.
And yes, and they're trying, and they were seeing that men in general, okay, even your own men, this is the funny part, even Black men, okay, and Hispanic women, more than they like Black women. Every race of men likes other women besides Black women.
Okay.
That is a fucking fact.
So let me say this, right? Never had that fucking problem. This is why I believe a lot of those stats are screwed to the amount of Black women that are actually on these apps. I've never had a problem with an Asian, a white, Black, Hispanic man coming towards me and trying to date me or spend money on me or do whatever with me. Never had the problem.
Bullshit.
So,
most of them people that's on them apps are white women.
And if I would have showed you when I went on Hinge, how many white men in my area wanted to date me, and I live in a very nice area, You'll be surprised, Pepe, because y'all push these stereotypes, and I think a lot of this stuff is to deter Black women from. What the fuck? Anyways, most of these apps are dominated by men. So first off, men are not getting actual dates off these apps on average any fucking way.
What does that even mean, not getting dates on average? I'm very confused. What are you trying to say? What's your point? Are you offering different sample sizes? Are you a statistician? Do you have a point? Is this just personal?
These niggas are fucking lonely as shit, and I'm getting no date. They're like you. They're just like you. And that fucking PTR looking lonely as shit.
It is a lot of women.
At night. That's what they look like.
It is a lot of
They look like
women.
Pepe.
Guess what?
Well, here we are, all together, lonely on a conference call app. Val, are you projecting? You could be projecting, Val. Val, try to record yourself and listen to the replays and then think about yourself and say, was I projecting?
Over this black man. All white women, right? And so those are huge because and they ugly, fucking shut your ass white women that don't get selected.
Kiddo, is it all South Night King is
You interracial dating, right?
the raging alcohol.
Hold on.
Most
Yeah,
men
you are
on
too.
these apps
You're
are not
racial
getting a
retard.
date.
But guess what?
It doesn't matter if they get a date. The app is monitoring who they swipe right on. Okay, so whether or not they get dates, they swipe, they do not like to swipe on black women. That's what you don't like. That's what you don't like. You guys are the least desired women in the fucking country. And perhaps the world. That is the truth.
It's so stupid. Just don't like the truth because the truth hurts. And I didn't know black supremacy was a thing here in Clubhouse until I heard Val say that she thinks all Asians ought to live in a conclave. And in that conclave, they should be worker bees for her. Val is actually a black supremacist. And any man that swipes right on her on Hinge or Bumble will live to regret it. I am complete. Thank you all very little.
Constantly online, every day. There's only one race of women who are online every day talking about how much dating sucks. Okay, and who is that? Who is that talking about how much dating sucks? It is literally black women. Asian women are on Hinge bitching about, we can't get men. This sucks. You don't see Hispanic women saying, we can't get good men. This sucks. You don't see white women doing it. You see nappy-headed. Dates. They can't get a good man. We deserve to soft life. Where's my nigga that got paid for me for being a loud ghetto bitch? That's all you guys do.
Reach
No, you see him, he's chipping up.
No, well, I have to chip out. I'm amongst a bunch of chips, so I have to speak in your language. I have to chip out. Yeah, I'm having to chip out. I'm having a loud mic. I'm having to do all of that shit. Because you guys are chipping out. You're a little bitch. Now you fucking, you big baboon bitch. Shut the fuck up. You have nothing but a beef. Beef dartboard for a fucking butt. That's all you fucking got. You fucking faggot. You darts in that fucking dartboard all day too, don't you?
Laughter. That's my amusement.
Your amusement. I don't give a fuck how amused you are. Bitch, I'm 100% European.
Never be white.
I'm 100% European.
Darker than me. You're way darker than me.
I'm darker than you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're way darker. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm darker than her. Oh,
You're really dark. You're darker than me also.
Your complexion's a little darker.
I'm sure.
I think you tan too much. You got the fucking sunbed, idiot.
Oh, amazing.
Like a fucking.
Wait. Let's let Grim get back in here. Grim, what do you think about these data statistics and all of that kind of shit that you heard?
He looks like a rotten tomato.
Put your picture up, you dirty nigger.
When you guys were clamoring for like a solid,
I'll steal your white. Oh, you don't have one. You're like Lady Boy.
You know that scene in the movie where the guy's starting to hear voices in his head? That's what it is. Bruce Almighty.
So why do you want to come to this country and this is how we act? Like, this is how.
What a legacy.
I want to know,
Exactly what you just demonstrated is exactly why. Because once all the dust settles, I feel that we can come to a much better resolution this way than to be in a country where they oppress the people's freedom of speech.
I mean, okay, so
No.
that ain't no word. And then earlier, you was like talking about
It's better to have this, this chaos than to have control from above.
Speak more to that. Yeah, speak more to that.
There's nothing to say. 3 words: freedom of speech.
Okay.
Something that China doesn't have.
You think that's an absolute?
I just found out the UK doesn't even have it. People are getting arrested and put in jail for social media posts.
Absolutely. You can go to jail for cussing in Trinidad. So. Okay, so you think in a country that's tumultuous like this, with the type of environment, the different races and stuff like that, that's vying for power, that you, right, at your Asian position, right, that far east mountain Manchurian shit, think that shit is gonna work here?
We're not trying to bring that Asian culture here. When we get here, we should assimilate and become more American. In fact, I'm disappointed. The Chinatowns, I'm shaking my head at them.
No. What you not finna do? You not finna attack the Chinatowns that got that good karaoke and shit like that. I'll fuck you up over them Chinatowns, man.
Hey, I'll tell you, one way to look at it. Every immigrant
build that shit too, man.
You get immigrants this way. Every immigrant. Little slices of pie.
Hey, you know what?
Hold
on. When they tried to carve out their little slice of pie, when China tried to actually establish an Asian town where I'm at and shit like that, and they wanted all the Koreans, all the Filipinos, all that had their own little projects, community and shit like that. You want to know what stopped them? Legislation. So how the fuck you think you finna conquer that?
Right, and Grim, you're paying taxes to us, so what if you actually conquered?
Owning property, owning our own home, Staking
But a
out
lot
all
of we've done it already.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna cut you off, but we've done it already.
there's actually foundation. There's FBA Asians. Foundational Asians. Yes, FBA. Hey,
Don't do this tonight.
Generation strong. What the fuck you think you finna do?
So wait, Graham, do you know the Wing family? The Wing family, you know it? I'm asking because there's a lot of Wings where I'm at in my area.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of Vietnamese.
The Vietnamese. Those are closely related to the Lu family, which is actually fucking a foundational Asian family that I'm speaking of.
No.
See, you ain't got enough data to actually accomplish what the fuck you trying to do.
Well,
Because these are Vietnamese.
Yeah, these are Vietnamese, and they've been here for a while. They've been
what I
here
can
since.
tell you is, look, with the 15 million Asian population, we're a long ways to go to be able to get to the types of numbers of that Black, Hispanic, and white people have.
So, for example, to the minutia.
You don't have to answer that. You don't have to.
Yes. Hold on. Say it again.
The Union of the United States.
No, who did you just say? Who did you just say?
Abraham Lincoln. Why? Someone told you that?
Yeah. I'm not. You're not my race. I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm just curious.
Yeah, he more mine.
Basically, I don't know whether or not this person.
Race mixer.
All right, stop.
You are
You're a race mixer too.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. That's
No, I'm asking it. No. I asked him a question. I don't need
Do
you.
you have a black child, Devin?
Nike, what race is your daughter?
Oh my God! Shut the fuck
He's
up.
quiet.
I asked him.
As a daughter.
I asked him a fucking question. You fucking spurt. Shut up.
She's black and in college.
So what?
Wow.
Okay, so Green, do you have a?
And you sleeping on the room. You don't even sleep with your wife.
Oh.
Hey, Griff. You sleep in the next room.
Knock that bottom out tonight.
Yeah, but you sleep in the car. So
It's fine.
You
It's
like
fine.
black women over there, Mom. You like black women.
yeah, you gotta taste the chocolate.
No. He didn't even get to answer the questions. You guys are starting out.
We don't like
let him answer the question.
Hey, Josh Allen don't like the darkies.
Okay, all right, okay. See, you stupid goddamn autists don't know how to shut up. Oh, that was rich. That was rich.
What the fuck? Look at you. You're satisfied. No, get that together.
A doctor
You don't know this.
Undesirable.
Why are you practicing kung fu back there? Hey, Chris.
His baby mama's a Shaniqua.
Yeah, he
You know how to kick the Philly, bro?
collard greens and shit.
I know. Look, my neighbors. I had my neighbors. You know, places ago. They had a white father, black mother, really nice kids, and they turned out good looking.
Pepe, you
You know.
sound like a hater. Do you like
No,
black
I'm not
women, Pepe? 'Cause
I don't even
like black men.
yeah, I think you be hating on black women because we don't.
I think no, one of his best friends is a black woman.
Yeah, no, my wife on here is a black woman.
Yeah. And she want to race mix with him.
You talking about mine?
Yeah, mine is my honey, and no, everybody knows. We are each other's ride and die. We have each other's back, and we absolutely will tap anybody who attacks one of us. And so I personally, she's vicious, so I don't tell her when people insult me, so I almost avoid I'm just curious if you are also like have been with a black woman, or is that too personal?
I've been with black, white, Mexican, Asian.
All of you get more pussy than him, Graham. All get shit.
Yeah, see, you smashed the rainbow, bro.
Yeah, one late night, was it a couple of nights ago? I forget. I had a drawn out conversation where
Fuck the black chick.
I told the room that.
He's telling us about the women he's slept with. Shut the fuck up, you monkeys.
I was engaged to a black woman. Jesus.
I have twin fraternal daughters, and they're half black.
Your wife's not.
Oh, look at that.
My wife loves me too. That white dog.
There you go. So these ladies smashed a woman on the skateboard, and she had a black husband. And when I say had, he was killed serving our country. She has I believe two boys with him, and no, it happens, and she's a good.
Yeah, she got some good type.
And she was obviously not with the Tyrone. She was with them, and actually,
you know about that?
He was an officer, and so.
9 3/4.
Obviously, there's a lot of shut your fucking filthy autism.
Faces.
I got a horse dick. It's the size of my wrist.
No, you don't. You fucking.
Yeah, it's 93.
You tiny baby bitch. Shut the fuck up.
I look huge.
Wait, but why are you telling that to
I
other
honestly
men?
wish my
Yeah,
dick
you
was
fucking
small.
Why are you telling? I just got on Pepe old feminine ass about that. Why are you telling that to others? Is that how you engage with each
Because
other?
he's partially gay too. I don't care.
No.
If he's from Cali, I can see that.
Bonobo he's a sassy bottom bitch. He's just trying to show his power for the bottom. That's all he wants to do.
I'm not your
Yeah, I know you're not my type because I'm never desperate enough to
I'm not your type.
black
You
butt. Shut the fuck up, faggot.
Entertain just Sean. That's just Sean that moves on that team. Entertain just Sean.
Okay,
Pepe.
all right.
Wait, I said I fucked my wife with my big dick. How am I on that? I said my wife's 4'9" and.
Oh shit, you packed them up. that you were saying. I think what you were trying to do is equate hard racism to hard banter. And that's not the same thing. Hard banter, right, has no actual economic effect and doesn't limit your progress. As you can see, that your Asian community, especially your type from the Samsung community, right? Shout out to Samsung.
I'm using Samsung headphones. Shout out to you.
Hey man, look, hey, all the shit that they create, I don't think
Apple was invented by a Jew. Just remember that.
all right, that's cool.
Steve Wozniak.
Yeah, but they losing the Samsung. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying, yeah, they lose. Speaker wise, electronic wise, better product. Well, they have a hierarchy. And if I was to measure and take so that makes you mid-tier. Mid-low level.
Grim, bring Shadow. Shadow is simple.
Yeah, but Night King, I don't think you're listening to what Grim is saying. He's saying that he's gonna keep coming. And even if it's your opinion that he's mid-tier, he keeps coming. And he keeps coming, and he keeps coming, and he keeps coming. And he lifts weights, and he does squats, and he debates you mediocre debaters, and he keeps coming. And then he creates another room, and he starts lifting some more weights, and he starts doing some more squats, and he starts jogging around the track, and he's still talking to you degenerates. And he keeps coming. And he keeps coming. And he keeps coming. Even though you think Samsung is better than Apple, Grim will keep coming. Grim will come, and he will fight you and your terrible opinions and your terrible supremacy over and over. Degenerates will decide eventually that it was not worth it. And then you'll know the truth of the earth from your birth until your death. Death, I am complete.
And if you campaign and sound like that, you don't relate to the people in your area that sound like hillbillies and whitewash and all that kind of shit. That's why you didn't win the election.
You sure them kids, hey, you sure them kids sleep, because you a little loud.
Oh,
I mean, he's right, but yeah,
Kevin's kids are grown.
They don't wake up by that damn noise you make.
baby girl.
In what way did you say that? I didn't catch it.
Well, it's not my opinion. It's actually the United States categorical opinion. Don't listen to that retard because he's new to this country. So let's just break this down, right? Okay. In the global trade market and shit.
He's gonna fight you in your supremacist ways. You think you should serve him? Grim is gonna keep coming. He will not stop. Your opinions and your arguments, you're making no points, and it's a total waste of time.
He want to do this. This is what he does. Anyway, I'm gonna just ignore him. All I'm saying is, right? One is heavily scrutinized and pushed back against the not demonized. As far as this culture, how it operates, right, and where it sits on the board of the global, right, UN elites, as far as being in the in and being in the out. That makes sense. Anybody that has subjugated my people and are just as marginalized as me are potential allies. So listen here.
Los Angeles,
That's why you can't go to the Jews.
we have other cities that are very bad.
I'm still not getting this mid-tier, how that comes
Just
in.
fucking categorically where you sit as an Asian, right? There's other Asians too.
What's top tier?
Top tier, right? Will be Chinese, specifically Hong Kong, Japanese, right? Singaporean, right? Then remember, there's other specific Asian ethnicities.
Hispanic America surpassed Black America. There isn't any evidence that 20 million people
Are you taking into account North Korea and abortion? There is evidence of how immigration is used on white targets.
Like, so the way that they dissect Korea.
I'm out of here, gentlemen. Have a good night. Maybe I'll be back, but I can't take listening to this anymore. This is so stupid. Good night, y'all.
There is no data. There is no data. Look, that documents it very well. With other shows. No, it's not. No, look, this is economics. It's called back up the high.
No, it just calls economics. Every let me tell you something. I'll let it go.
There are the color of wealth economics. The color of wealth
are no economics that show that immigration adversely affects Black people or Black Americans here. It doesn't exist, and I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't exist. One, because there are a bunch of other factors that go into that. Number one, education level. It does not affect Black American education. We still have the same opportunities to pay. I'll give you an example. My family's been here for hundreds of years. Bro, when I'm going for jobs, I'm not competing with Asians coming off the road and resource, Drew. You feel like they're not competing with you is because you have a gap in perception. So there's two classes of immigrants. You have the uneducated and the educated. The legal immigrants, like my parents, the legal immigrants are mostly educated. Both legal immigrants and illegal immigrants compete for American labor, and they have an effect on the job market. The reason why legal immigration is typically better is because you control the amount that comes in, and you're also controlling what industries you're going for. So normally, the more supply you have of something, the cheaper it is. So if you have more people on the job market, the price of labor goes down. It doesn't matter what market you're talking about. Now, because the legal immigrants are coming in small numbers and typically The State Department is picking up strategically, given their skill set. The amount of workplace disruption isn't that much, but they're still kind of lowering wages anyway, just because those illegal immigrants still are cheaper. They're educated, but they're still going at cheaper rates than an American would. Even though they're educated, that's true. So that's true. And I'm about to land in that's true. But I'm saying something that's I'm saying something that's kind of nuanced. Legal immigration is a net benefit. Illegal immigration is not. Is the first thing that illegal immigration does is illegal immigration takes away
Look at Los Angeles.
funding from local programs. We're talking about programs that are paid by state property taxes. The property taxes in your city, they're not paid by the national government. What happens is that a lot of local resources are spent on people who've never paid into the system, and they end up going to the poorest neighborhoods. So all of the programs that are supposed to go to our own poor people, we end up robbing Peter to pay Paul, and that's all that's happening. And these are happening in Black communities.
That's not true.
Well, it happened in New York. It happened in New York. It happened in Chicago. We work in Chicago. This is the reason. There's a reason why Trump won the popular vote, and there's a reason why he won more minorities than ever before. Because what minorities have to deal with in the last election cycle were illegal. I'm about to be quiet for a long time. There isn't one thing that I've said in the last 15 minutes. There isn't one. No.
You're running dry, Drew.
Wait. Let's see if it's possible. Is there one thing that I've said in the last 2 minutes that's true? One thing.
Yes, that undocumented people were being bused to major cities. Do you know why they were bused to major cities? Because the governors of those are of the other states where they originally arrived from.
With respect,
And so they said
you can't say
they were trapped.
you can't
It's
say
like that. It's like
you can't say.
It's like I can
Introduce
but no,
the future boss.
you're making this claim somehow.
It's wise not to call him out.
It's the spirit. I didn't say it was the spirit.
I'm calling
Chicago
a hellhole.
What you said with no data to back it up.
Introducing the future boss, it's wise not to call him out and call Chicago a hellhole. All communication, positive dialectic. Oh.
Undocumented immigrants have contributed at least yearly somewhere around $100 billion in taxes. They largely do not benefit from. They pay into our taxes and get this. So now we get rid of them. We have to find a way to recoup those funds and find out where that money is coming from. So just on an economic
If they weren't here, what is
here?
If we had Daryl told you it was 240 million people here, now it's 350.
330 million people.
If all these motherfuckers weren't here, would we need as much taxes, Drew?
Yes.
We wouldn't even need as much housing. We have a housing crisis. Do you think if them all them millions were staying in their homeland, we would need all them damn homes?
Yes, we do. Because we still have people here who don't have. Drew, hold on a second. So Drew, One guy can't be king. You don't even know $8 million.
So Drew, listen to you. You cannot say that when someone asks you a question, it's irrelevant because you're making a okay. All right, Drew. I want you to. Okay, I got it, Drew.
What is your educational background? If I may ask, what's your degree?
Okay, Drew.
Okay, that's
Before I answer
Do you guys want to let anybody else talk, or you guys are just going to go back and forth a while?
I'm sorry, Scott. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry. I appreciate you.
So,
Why don't we go to
Scott, I just came off the mic. Right.
Hard to speak as guy?
You know, I think that Scott wants to make sure.
Speaking.
Yeah, I think he wants to stop it from being a phone booth because honestly, I don't think that this is going to go anywhere. I think that he's kind of stuck in so where he must.
NPC, I'm just trying to get a foundation, okay? Because what Black American, he gave us no responsibility of the individual people. So I would like to ask again, okay? Could you please, Drew, tell me where do you believe that the Black community have been responsible outside of government for themselves?
In every facet, we've been responsible for ourselves. We raise families, we have education, we have a growing demographic of Black women, but also Black men as well. We start businesses. We are in industries, particularly in government industries, obviously, law enforcement. I'm sorry.
No, we can all just move down.
It's so interesting. I never said about being irresponsible, but you decided, Drew, I did not say that, Drew.
You said that. You said
John, Edward, can you move us all down and just leave these guys on, and you guys just talk, and we'll just go to the
That's okay. I gotta debunk some anti-vax stuff, but y'all be blessed. I appreciate you, Scott. Much love, respect to you. I apologize for
Drew, keep being you. People like you are going to get Trump elected for a third term. Let me see.
Scott, this is one of the things I try to do is to stay away from ethnicity because the platform that he came on first and foremost is to talk about the bombings of Black communities and all these other things. So I don't know if you know the conversation that people who talk like this are anti-America and anti-white. Period.
That's fine. We can argue him down all we want, but like even when he wins, he loses because it doesn't really matter if you're going to go to
he's left. He's still controlling the conversation, which is fun. So let's keep talking about him. No, please go on. Please keep talking about him.
how tall is he?
Yeah. What's his blood type?
Scott, we're just giving you an explanation.
Scott, let me help you move this conversation forward. I just had a spicy mango. So, you want to keep talking about it? Oh, sorry, Edward, go ahead.
I'm going to say it over and over. The person that's responsible for all of us individually is you. Okay, that's it. I live.
Look at Los Angeles up there. All right, let's go to Howard Kaufman, my dear friend. Would you like to share anything with? And let's see what happens, right? That's where we're at. I love it. Hey, elections. We have the midterms, and then then maybe things will change. Let's go. Aleister Crowley, which I think is really my man, John Kitover. John, tell me what's happening, buddy.
Well, I had an incredible Colombian dinner with some incredible rotisserie chicken, plantains, potatoes, and then some thin crust cheese pizza and a spicy mango margarita. But anyways, this room is really cooking, Scott. I mean, I think if we look at the total statistics and analytics in the room, we're looking in the thousands of people that have touched down here. 10,000 plus! Incredible. Well, it's really the hard work of NPC and all the Adderall that his psychiatrist, I believe, can. NPC, you seem to know everything. And I gotta say, knowing everything must be quite a burden. To be able to have opinions on everything, to know everything, Jesus Christ, man, you really are just a brain full of knowledge and such insightful opinion, NPC. Thank you so much for helping 10,000 people get enlightened today with your supreme wisdom. I am complete.
So, Hollister, come on, why are you doing that?
There is an image of Jesus Christ, alright? And by Christians know exactly how Jesus Christ looks. I know this one.
That's a buzzkill. That's a buzzkill.
What is this guy talking about? And Donald Trump and I'm like, oh, holy shit. This mother. The comedian Michelle Wolf. It's a critique of my party.
Republicans, love or hate Republicans, you got to admit, those guys are planners. They see a problem and they will chisel away at it until it's a swastika. They've been trying to overturn Roe v. Wade since it became a thing. They've been playing the short game, the long game, and they finally got it done. Now, Democrats also had a strategy to make sure Roe v. Wade wouldn't be overturned. And Democrats' strategy was, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Democrats' strategy is the same reason you need an abortion. You know what Democrats remind me of? Democrats remind me of that old guy who started Jurassic Park. Because I think we can all
I went to Springfield, Illinois to file for Congress. I saw African Americans there looking at me, and they're there because of the Republicans, because of the 1 million dead soldiers and the 2 million injured dead soldiers. So to make light of it and then to say, oh, they're Nazis and they want to stop women and doctors from murdering babies, I just got to say, you know, you might want to go read your Bible and reconfirm with Christ Jesus just exactly what it is that you believe in. I am complete.
Just to enlighten you guys.
I see it online all the time too. It's like there's a lot of women out there that think they're good enough or smart enough or pretty enough, and I'm here to tell you that you are. Well, I
Yeah, you're probably not good enough, but just do it anyway. Don't worry, your beard is fun and flirty. Mine is my beard is.
How has it been since she's had a show?
She does shoot. She does. I mean, I follow her on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And she's doing shows all the time. She hasn't had a special in a while, but she's.
No, I mean like because that sounded like because you remember she used to have her own show. I'm much prefer at least Sarah Silverman is slightly more attractive because really like she and Sarah Silverman are like in the same universe. But Sarah Silverman to me has more sex appeal than.
I know. People don't.
You know, but I've never met a person who thought Michelle. I thought you were playing her ironically.
Well, you know what? There are lots of people that buy tickets and are fans of NPC. It's shocking, right? But people are diverse, and they have really different tastes. And PB says she's funny down there in the chat. So it's shocking that we have different tastes.
NBC, do you think you're funny? Like, have you ever tried to do comedy, NBC, to make people laugh by doing voices or jokes or skits or singing? I mean, have you ever made anybody laugh? Hello?
I think you think you're funny.
It's fucking annoying. I think Kitover is funny. In a kind of impish, sort of clown jester, court jester.
That is annoying. Jesus Christ.
He does not know.
No, he has the voice of a person who sounds like they're trying to be funny.
Norm, you were on character. Hours, 23 minutes. So 900 some people an hour coming through the room.
Scott, you guys might be some seniors or other seniors in this room, maybe Matt. There are laws of nature like motion and, laws. Do you think there's any laws of human behavior that you've detected on Clubhouse that maybe you didn't detect in the real world prior to having so many conversations? Because honestly, I'm 43, and when I think about it, there's never been a time when blacks and whites and so many people can have just completely open and profane conversations in the public square in America. I've never seen it on the radio or television like this, and I'm talking vulgar, complete and total profanity, hate speech, etc. I'm not, like, at 43, I'm like, this has never existed before. And now, I'm just wondering, like, have you noticed any laws of communication or laws of behavior? Hello?
I'm just curious what my perspective on what issue or what matter.
I think he's taking the back door, and I think he's waving the white flag, Scott.
Violence, Scott. You're being.
David has had too much tequila. This 12-hour session has overwhelmed him. But back to, communication or human behavior, because there's also a neurotransmitter dopamine creation that's happening in this room. 900 people and I are creating dopamine. And so I'm just wondering, what if you just create dopamine, but there's no doing outside of Clubhouse, what was the real purpose and was it worth it?
What's the real doing, man? Like, what should I do outside of Clubhouse?
Wait, there's outside?
Yeah, you need to, with all due respect, you need to just calm down.
Floating over. But I thought it was, I don't even think that question is that sort of question. I think that question is an interesting question, like intro to philosophy. That's an interesting question for like 45 minutes.
Speaking of philosophy, NPC.
The objective versus is morality objective or subjective? Well, I think it was interesting. We treat it like it's subjective. I mean, I know most people that are reflective would say it's subjective, but when I feel transgressed, right, I immediately shift in my temperament and disposition to as if you've done something we all know and was a violation, and it is transcendent and objective. When it's not directly involving us or something we care about, I think we generally are more detached, and we realize the subjectivity and the context.
Yeah. You can't even have a stable society without objective morality.
No, it's actually subjective morality, which gives us a stable society based on law. And until you start talking about the law, I think everybody, when you graduate high school, everybody should just be made an attorney at this point or a lawyer and get right to the law, because your whole life, every transaction, everything ultimately comes down to the law. It's the joy of the world.
And also, should they spend like a week in Springfield? In Never Springfield.
Well, NPC, this is where I think as a young man you're still developing, in the sense that if I were to ask you to give us your definition of economics, or if you were to explain to us how inflation occurs, I bet you can't even do that.
No, I can't explain how. If inflation means increasing the money supply, I can explain. That the country fails. Whatever Trump is doing, I like up that times 3, because we need to just hit the wall, like monetarily. Like I'll pull us out of all the food wars.
Well, let's just confirm so everybody heard what you said. If you were the president, you would want to make sure the country failed. So you want to destroy the country. You're revolutionary. You believe in chaos. You're an anarchist.
I'm an accelerationist. So America's heading towards a brick wall. And I believe in hitting the gas pedal as fast as possible so we can crash, look at the wreckage, call insurance, and get a new car. I'm waiting for the reset. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. So can't we just continue to print more money?
Just essentially what I've come to the conclusion of. But NPC, I think that you should probably read the Tao Te Ching and realize that a great country is like cooking a small fish. You do too much, you ruin it. So the point is, as an accelerationist, as you've declared yourself to be, you're just a low IQ anarchist, and you should probably read more books, go to the gym, get a girlfriend, stop doing so much Adderall, and stop spending 12 hours a day debating every single person that comes into this room as if you know.
I think morality. So I think it depends. It depends if you're asking me philosophically or theologically.
You mean both sides of the coin, theologically and philosophically?
There's tons of stuff. I believe theologically that I can't justify philosophically. So if you ask me theologically, do I believe in objective morality? Well, probably more or less something akin to it or closer to it. But if you ask me philosophically, could I defend it? No, not philosophically.
Personally, in your own personal life, objectively, do you lean towards more of God's intervention with the laws of nature, nature's God, or do you do this over philosophy?
Look, I think I'm a Christian. I try to. Complex and diverse, so it's not like it drops from heaven or anything. But philosophically, I'm definitely a Nietzschean. I mean, probably most days, but that's where foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of the narrow mind. Right?
Yeah, but right.
You probably say this for answers from Galileo.
Sorry, Norm always reminds me. I always hack that quote up.
So Scott, if I would say, based on your foundational belief system, based on what you said, would you say you lean more to following the principles of the Word of God versus our natural emotions and how we feel about something?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I think in general,
Howard.
I think we're all telling ourselves stories all the time to make ourselves be able to live with ourselves and live with the things we care about. So and oftentimes those stories are shaded at best, right? So I'd like to say I try to live.
By the way, do you believe in God?
I do.
Christian, just mainly theist, or like
I believe in God.
Look at Los Angeles, how bad it is.
How
Killer Op. Yeah, I'm Killer Op. How are you? What's going on? Nothing. What is this shit Trump resigned to be? What's the chat about? You could read the article from The Hill, which was published. The Justice Department official in Wisconsin or something, and I think been in other political appointed offices, and he is saying that resignation is Trump's last chance of redemption. Well, I don't really think he'll resign. He's already started the war. He's already covered up the Epstein files, so I don't think he's really going to come back for that. Resign for what? What was he going to resign for? He has, 3 more years?
Okay, I have to for you. You said that he started a war. Okay. Do you think that the President of the United States alone goes and starts a war and then everything, and you said he personally covered up the files? So could you please explain to me, based on your understanding, how did those things happen in our republic?
He did. Look at it. Look what's going on in the world. Look at the gas. Look how many files he was in. Palm Beach County in America.
Okay, hold on. So you still did not give me. No.
It's facts. It's on us.
Kim, could you please give me facts that you believe you have, not online information, because you made a couple statements. Number one, the President of the United States does not declare war in the United States. You know that, correct?
Okay, I know who declares war.
You tell me. I want you to tell me, because you just made a comment.
That's the people that's over the government, the military. That's the people that's over the government, and also him. He also has a say so in that as well.
No, I know, but who declares war in the U.S.?
Just whatever my man name is in general.
Okay.
The man in the green suit.
Okay.
Wait, it's a minute. Wait. You thought that the military? People don't want to be on the record voting for wars, right? And people would rather let the executive do it, right? So we've shifted Article 2 power to Article 1 without a constitutional amendment. We've just said functionally, though the War Powers Act is allegedly a way to rein this in, right? So, and I was watching a video today where Barry Goldwater was saying the War Powers Act is unconstitutional, which is just fascinating, right? But basically, the War Powers Act says, I think it was 72, right? Basically said that sends the military somewhere. Within 60 days, Congress can repeal it. So, but that's even a concession. I mean, it's the president. I mean, what the founders intended. I think it's actually a pretty brilliant structurally. Is that the people who wage the war don't control whether we go to war, right? Because it's subject to military dictatorship, right? They want it. The people that declare it are the most deliberative representative body. And then it's run by the Committee of One, the president. But we've just decided, screw that. I feel like in America, no American should struggle, period. And I feel like what Trump is doing in America, every American is struggling in the world, even myself. And I'm 25. So that should tell you something.
So Kel, let me explain one thing to you, Kel. I'm 62, and I'm not struggling in America. You know,
You're not. You see problems every day.
just ask him. Ask him why. Ask him why. Let me finish an answer. I'm gonna let you go after. You can ask him why. So, Kel, I asked you one question. I'm gonna ask you another question. Why do you believe
I think
that the government is responsible for the outcome of your life?
Bro, now the outcome of my life. I try to this and that. If I'm struggling, only making some of your life working, I gotta pay my bills and try to pay NIMO, whatever the case it has to be. Then you should be able to let people on some time. But when you let all these other Americans and all these fucking foreigners, just use my language, and all these other people come over here, you give them food stamps like it ain't shit. I go to work every day and I get 30 to 40 hours a week. I make maybe $600 something, bro. Out of food, me, my girlfriend, get my phone, paying my phone bill every month, even other expenses I got going on. I can't live. I can't save no damn money, dude. I can't save a little bit of cheese if I'm gonna go shopping tomorrow, or plan a day to go. I can't save no money in this economy. You can't save nothing in this world. I'm 25, man, and I'm struggling. Prime example, what you just said, you're 62, you ain't struggling at all. That's the same thing I tell my grandma. You're 71, house paid off, car paid off, other car paid off. You have no bills or expenses. Only thing you pay with
I'm also relatively poor. I'm not as broke as you, but I'm not too far away.
and I've been to prison.
Oh, congratulations.
That's not a congratulations.
Well, yeah, not but
but he has increased points, so it's
he got bigger points. Tell him.
Like you feel what I'm saying? It's hard for me to find a job. Like when people look at me, it's like, bro, come on now.
But you can find a woman.
But he can find a girlfriend easy.
Yeah, he can find a girlfriend.
You can find that easy. You want to come
Exactly. But I don't understand how any of those is the president's fault.
It is the president's fault because maybe he should do something for the people and people that's in low.
But you complain about. You didn't complain about just. You complained. How it affects black people with no. Do you have Kajiri?
Bro, I've been to prison, gang.
I already knew the answer to that question. So
Okay. Just made it up.
With all due respect, David Bobadilla has had too much to drink. He drinks too much tequila or whiskey or vodka or rum. David Bobadilla.
Also about your drinks tonight.
Okay, with all due respect, let's be nice.
We are very nice, but David prefers tequila.
I
Witness for David's first time.
His first time eating a chicken fried steak.
I mean,
This is
it
true.
is true.
He had never had it before, and we're sitting there. And
Bro, sing that song.
I'm gonna get.
David Bobadilla loves to drink tequila.
I never worked a corner before. I can lie. I don't know.
Up with David's dad.
Yeah, Danny, have a baby with David's dad.
There you go.
I don't think I want any more babies,
Sugar.
but I mean,
Oh.
if you need a sibling.
Wait, Danny, I thought you and I were going to have a child, Danny, and we were going to make the most annoying person who's ever lived in human history.
But we'd have a tall child, at least. At least the baby would be tall.
You should apologize. You should apologize.
I don't want a baby with a tall person. It's more to push out.
Hey, Danny, are you still doing your singing rooms? Can you sing a song for us?
Yeah. Can you do the Shema? Can you do the Shema?
Okay, what?
With all due respect, David.
I am passing so many hotels, and I can't afford to live there. I can't afford to live. I can afford to live, but I'm a spoiled brat, right? I'm a spoiled fucking brat, right?
Danny, what the fuck is going on with you?
Whoa. Don't use the F word.
Tommy, will you buy my hotel room? Like, help me out.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on with you?
Whoa.
I don't know. You're trying to put me in jail, Tommy. I don't know.
Nobody's trying to put you in jail. I think you need help. I think you need professional help at this point.
You told me that you're trying to put me in jail. J-Lo's definitely trying to put me in jail. Y'all are trying to put me in jail.
Nobody's trying to put you in jail. I don't got time for that shit. You're gonna put yourself in jail the way you're talking.
Whoa.
Danny, don't believe him. That's just part of the psyop, Danny.
It's not even a joke. Or you're rage baiting. You're rage baiting. You're a liar.
Okay.
You're a fucking liar.
Like, I don't know what anyone thinks I did that's so bad that, like, we were
The way you got everybody wrapped around your finger with this, oh my god, Danny's fucking crazy. I love it, dude. You're just a fucking rage baiter.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah, you are, Danny. For the last 3 months, every day it's the same old bullshit. Go to a fucking site, go get help.
Yasmin, I tagged you on X. Yasmin, I tagged you on X. Big Bird. Bird honk. Bird honk. Bird Yasmin, I tagged you on X. If you could please retweet, I would appreciate it. Thank you, Bird honk.
Yourself checked in.
No, I need to find an Indian to give me a place to live. They might like my look. They all think.
Danny, I can send you $300 so you can get a nice hotel room tonight.
She's lying, guys. She's okay.
Danny, do you want me to send you $300 for the hotel?
Yeah, send me $300 while you're at it too, because I want to be a fucking retard.
Honestly, I would feel bad unless you made that $300 off of my content.
Our room tonight.
Well, we're working as fast as we can to try to monetize.
I know.
Yael isn't helping. Yael has a Powerhouse X account and she's not helping us. She's intentionally wasting our time.
I did.
Okay, for the record,
What?
I lost Sephora.
You lost your.
Slow and see where we go from there.
You should get shallow shots and a fisherman wearing plaid.
She's fine.
Am I on the
With all due respect, these are the boss guys.
am I hot or cold?
I know.
I can have sex with a Muslim man. That will be fun. I've never done that.
Whoa. Let's not go crazy now.
Danny, if you have sex with a Muslim man, he'll make you his bride slave. You'll never escape. You'll become his property.
I don't want that energy, actually.
Good. Rethink about it. You got to learn Mohammedan law.
This shit is so fucking ragey.
You're such a fucking liar, Danny. It's fucking incredible.
Are you looking for like generic white guy energy? Are you looking for a chick? Like,
Danny, first of all, are you using Hinge?
Everyone's telling me to sleep with a woman. No, it's not. It's really sex with a woman. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't even think that will happen if you guys send me to jail. Like, I used to joke around and be like, oh, as long.
That was fucked up. Why did you do that just now?
Yeah, but that's fucked up. Why are you choking him at his friend?
I'm not joking. I'm just letting you know.
Oh my god, there's a Tommy and there's a Thomas.
Oh.
Hey girls, hey girls, hey girls.
I know Carmelita told y'all that. I'm the only person. I only told her that.
What did you tell Carmelito, Chino?
That my friend's dad. I had about 7 of my friends died.
Oh no!
I'm sorry to hear that.
That was in the news?
Or if there are 3 of y'all left, 4 or 5.
That's what you got for gangbanging.
Oh, yeah. But.
Hey, Carmelita, you better watch your motherfucking mouth. Don't play with me. You hear me? You hear me, girl? Don't fucking play with me.
I want the dump. Please stop.
But she keep fucking with me though. I ain't fuck with her.
No, we don't want the dump, baby. Stop.
I want Michelle's dump on my mouth.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm just trying to make a joke right now, guys. Shut up. Well,
He wants you to take a shit in his mouth. Please stop.
Shut up, Avery.
When you let white people in the room, they just take a shit.
Why would you all of a sudden?
See, he's laughing now. So no one's talking about death. All right.
It depends if you're asking.
Yeah, but now you just told her to take her shit in.
Look like brothers.
Let me see. Do they look like? Is this the same person?
No. They're not like
That's just because of one.
Grim, my man.
You ugly bitch. Do that again.
You're jealous. Beautiful, beautiful. Ashanti.
Ashanti.
I said, yeah. Does anybody want to fix the leak in my shower?
I want to dedicate this next song to all of Chino's homies who had their last breath today from life to death. God bless. I hope they learn the truth of the earth. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
This bitch ass nigga.
One shot, huh? Hold on, dude. All right.
Well, thank you, Alistair Crowley, for alleviating some of the stress in the room. I don't know where it came from, but you did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I was gonna look at it.
Hey, fam, it was good till you stopped. Why you stop? It was and damn. Then you stop.
I need to shut up and fix Mistress's shower, slave.
Cornbread. Don't you ever in your motherfucking life call me a slave. In your filthy ass, big ass, forehead life. You hear me, cornbread? Don't you ever. Don't you ever finish your motherfucking lips. Call me
tomorrow.
Is anybody else's city having the weirdest like weather drops at nighttime? It's getting down.
No, fuck that. Why y'all trying to change the subject? Cornbread keep fucking with me, and I'ma smack this shit out. And she said one more thing to me.
Everybody worked on the plantation for Alistair. Oh, Lord.
Is this the remix?
Y'all keep trying to take up for cornbread. Keep fucking with me, right? That bitch said something against me. I don't like that. And cornbread, say it again. Say it one more motherfucking time. You fucking with me.
Hey, Slave. How you doing, Slave?
Say it again, bitch. Bitch, say it again. Call me a slave again, bitch.
You need to
That's it. What I'm doing in my house, boy. Get out in the field, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Y'all ain't coming to say anything to me. I can't say shit back.
Hey, boy. You want to get right, boy?
Okay, good job.
It's him being really that they calling you by the wrong name and mad nobody respond.
That shit hurt my feelings. I can't say no joke backs.
Yes, you can, Slave. I mean, Cena.
Call me that again. Call me that again. I'm not no fucking slave.
What are ya?
I'm a black man.
And what did black men used to be?
He set himself up for that one.
Yeah, you got me right there. Slaves.
No, they black men
Be
used to be.
quiet, Slave, and get to work.
Don't let these transsexuals fool you, Gino. They ain't worth it. For my next magic trick, I'm gonna play my space drums. Never had one lesson. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Play that song, brother. Play that song, brother.
He's playing the slave music.
Oh shit, Cumberland, shut the fuck up. Now, shut up. Go ahead, brother.
Man, what? Tell me the names of your friends who passed on. Let's play a song for them. Carmelita. Come on, Carmelita.
Why don't I, if you don't shut the
that passed away. Passed away. Can you play a song for my cat that passed away?
His name is Chitlins.
Her name was Chicken. Could you play a song for my cat that passed away? Her name was Chicken.
Or in the name of this song is dedicated to Chicken. The song is called Chicken My Cat.
Okay, I'm going to bed now. Good night.
Good night, boy.
The white lady going to sleep. White lady going to sleep. Alright. Okay, the lady going to sleep.
That was the black lady's name.
Gino, don't waste your time talking to these transsexuals. Just a bunch of gay men pretending to be a bunch of women. It's pathetic.
I hope you choke on that fucking flute.
Say it again, brother. What you say?
Because, you know, it's not fucking slave.
It is funny.
It wasn't I'm gonna whoop the hell out of you.
His name is Gino.
Go ahead, brother. Do it again, brother.
You little bitch, slave bitch.
Now you did it. Now you upset. You upset.
That's your pocket mouth.
Hey, Brian, why you upset, gang?
Yo, Gino, dog, stop talking to these transsexuals. This was a gay man pretending to be women.
Say it again, gang. Say it again, gang. Oh, shit. Hey, you cannot get mad at that, gang. You can.
Yo, Gino, you keep falling for it, man. It's just a bunch of gay men pretending to be women hypnotizing you.
Hey, who was you, family? Who was you?
Hey, who you from?
Who was you? I don't know who was you.
I ain't from, nigga. I'm from the Haven, nigga. From Memphis, nigga.
Okay, where that's from? I don't know.
I'm from California, Normandy Ave.
Ooh, man. Chill out, Usher.
Shut the fuck up, talking to me, bitch.
Hey, watch your motherfucker.
I thought it was cool.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh,
shut up. Shut up, bitch. I'm talking to you.
Hey, go watch some collard greens or something, you dumbass country. What are you talking about, nigga? I ain't talking to them.
I'm not doing that.
I'll this shit out you, nigga. Meet me at a gas station.
I bet you won't.
Oh,
I bet you won't. I bet you won't, bitch.
Some big country. You from Chicago?
Nigga, I'm in Chicago, bitch.
Well, you from
you want to come?
Yeah, point me to your mother's house, nigga.
Right, your ass scared.
I'm in Chicago right now.
Bitch.
I'm in Chicago right now. I'm on St. Louis. What we do?
No, you're not. No, you're
I'm
not.
on St. Louis. What we do?
Nigga. No, you're not. No,
Nigga,
you're
I'm on
not.
63rd.
No, you're not. You're not over there either, bitch.
But what y'all keep hold it down. I don't want you to wake up nigga to your roommates. Chill out, bro. You say, well, I'm trying to pull up, bro. Sit down, bro.
Dangerville. Come on,
hey, bro, can I come kill you, bro?
Oh my god, no killing.
No, we gonna kill this country, nigga.
You can try to kill me.
You dumb country, nigga. It ain't hard to kill you, niggas. You put a plate of neck bones out there in the street, you ain't running go get it. No.
I'm in Chicago, bitch.
White boys.
Yeah, she is a white girl, and she got.
I live in a fucking gated community. I'm not.
Okay, boom. This the.
Did I just say that?
I'm about to pull up, man.
Hello?
I don't believe that. I think it's like relative to like, what was that shit called? Fucking, I forgot those pills that people used to take for cartilage. And all it was like,
Oh yeah.
no, I forgot what it's called.
And beware of abstinence from action. For the curse of his grain is that he will speak truth that the false would thereof may enslave the souls of men. Let him then utter that without fear, that the law may be fulfilled, and according to his original nature will that law be shapen, so that one may being an Hindu, and another fierceness and servility, being a Jew. Now the gray of majesty, with mystery. Let the magus then contemplate each in turn, raising it to the ultimate power of infinity, wherein sorrow is joy, and change is stability, and selflessness is self. For the interplay of the parts hath no action upon the whole, and this contemplation shall be performed not by simple meditation, how much less than by reason, but by the method which shall have been given unto him in his initiation into the grade 17. Following which method, it shall be easy for him to combine the Trinity from its elements, and further to combine Satchit, Ananda, and light, and light, 3 by 3 into 9, downgraded to him in the grade of practicus, in liber exercii. Here is nothing under its 3 forms. Beware of abstinence from action, for the curse of his grade is that he must speak truth, that the falsehood thereof may enslave the souls of men. Let him then utter that without fear, that the law may be fulfilled, and according to his original nature will that law be shapen, so that one may declare gentleness and quietness, being an Hindu, and another fierceness and servility, being a Jew, and yet another ardor and manliness, being an Arab. In turn, raising it to the ultimate power of infinity, wherein sorrow is joy, and change is stability, and selflessness is self. For the interplay of the parts hath no action upon the whole, and this contemplation shall be performed not by simple meditation, how much less than by reason, but by the method which shall have been given unto him in his initiation to the grave. 17. By which method it shall be easy for him to combine that trinity from its elements, and further to combine sanction, ananda, light, law, life, three elements united in one, in which commutation success shall be, that which was first to separate it. And this is the opening of the grave of Sisyphus, and that this is called trance, mirror, sandbag. Sometimes he hears the preacher not his lost. Let the book be sealed.
Deep, the deepest breath of the day, freezing and barren, like a wave that never breaks. Counts, you whisper numbers in my ear. 10 beats of thunder, holding every hit beat. Take number.
hate speech.
Tiny tremor in your head. You stare at nothing till the